This is the defendant, David French. He says the defendant crashed his truck into the back of his car at a red light, causing $6,000 worth of damage. His car was out of commission for days. He incurred all sorts of expenses because of the defendant's negligent actions. And now the thing is worth $3,000 less because it was involved in a crash. The defendant refuses to reimburse him. He's tired of getting the runaround and he's suing for the $2,759.27 he's owed. These are the defendants, Adam and Nathaniel Fountain. Adam says his truck lost power as he was driving. He had no brakes and unfortunately ran into the back of the car in front of him. The cops came, didn't ticket him, and the plaintiff's mother drove the car away. His insurance paid the plaintiff $6,000 for the damages. And because he didn't do anything negligently, he owes them nothing. They're accused of being rear-enders.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant's truck hit his car and caused $6,000 in damage. But the defendant says his brakes locked, so it's not his fault. It's the case of don't keep on trucking.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, David French, you are suing Nathaniel Fountain and Adam Fountain for $2,759.27 in damages that you say you sustained after he crashed into a car that you own. Tell me about it.
Yeah, last August 2012, my mother was in Meriden, Connecticut, and she was stopped at a red light, and the defendant crashed into the back of her.
Okay, and you don't deny that, right?
No, ma'am.
What happened?
My vehicle had a mechanical malfunction, ma'am.
That's what they all say. What proof do you have that it had a mechanical malfunction?
I'm a mechanic myself, and the vehicle itself died as I was traveling up the hill.
If it died, why did it hit the front of the car? I don't get it.
Because I was accelerating at the time before it died, and I was so close to them before I sit there and stopped. I was probably about 2 cars a length before the vehicle actually started slowing down.
I'm sorry, so you couldn't hit the brake?
I was stepping on the brake, but when a vehicle is off, the brake resumes hard and doesn't have full pressure.
You rear-ended the car.
Yes, ma'am.
That was stopped at a red light.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, you have insurance, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you made a claim to your own insurance company?
That's what I was told by my insurance and his insurance company.
All right. And then your insurance company, you subrogated with the claim to them. They paid you, and then they went after his insurance company, correct?
They didn't pay me. They paid the auto body shop that
They paid your damages. And then they went after your insurance. Did your insurance company pay up?
All I know is that my insurance company paid them out $6,000. That's all I know.
Yeah. All right. And what did the repairs to your car cost? Or did you repair it, or was it a total loss?
No, it was repaired. It was a little over $6,000.
All right. So what is it you're suing for here today?
I'm suing today because we were going cross country. I had some friends from Japan that were visiting, and I had stayed with them a few years ago when my son was an exchange student. And I was repaying the favor.
And you were repaying the favor by doing what?
Taking them on a cross-country trip to go to a bunch of national parks. And
okay. And so what are you suing for? You're suing for your ruined trip?
Partially, I'm suing for I had to rent the car. We were going to take my car. Instead, we flew to Vegas, and I had to rent the car. So I'm suing for the rental fees because my car was unavailable to use.
Okay, were you going to drive to Vegas?
Yeah, we're going to drive cross country.
Can I see your airline tickets?
I don't have those.
You didn't bring your airline tickets for me to see that they were all of a sudden you had to, because your premise is he needs to pay this incredibly remote consequential damage of he's ruined your plans. And so since he's ruined your plans, why don't you just you're charging for a rental car anyway. Why don't you just rent the car to drive to Vegas?
Well, my friends from Japan had a schedule to keep, so I waited 2 days.
All right, so you're suing for, let's go through them one by one. You're suing for a repair that you had to make how much later to the car?
The repair I made was several months later.
Several months later, you have to repair a brake cable, and you're saying it's due to this accident?
That's what the service people told me. It was.
Do you have that in a report by the service people?
No.
Okay, then you have no proof that it's as a result of it. Amount owed for lost deposit on 2 hotel rooms. Why would you lose a deposit on 2 hotel rooms?
Because they were internet specials and they were non-refundable.
Okay, show me evidence of the lost deposit on 2 hotel rooms.
I don't have that.
Next item is amount owed for rental car from August 11th through August 27th while on vacation. Because you feel that it is a reasonable, foreseeable circumstance that you would be in Vegas and would need a car. Do you have evidence of the rental car in Vegas?
I have the receipt. Right?
Okay. And then you want additional monies for additional rental car after you return while the car is being fixed. Can I see the bill for the car being fixed? And you want $300 for loss of trip. What does that mean? Because he ruined your plans?
Yeah, there was something. We were going to visit my son's family in Ohio, which I did not get to do.
The accident was what day?
It was Thursday, the 9th.
Of August.
August 9th.
So, but if you're billing him for a rental car, if you want him to pay a rental car from August 11th to September 17th, why couldn't you just do all the things you're doing, rent a car and do all the things you're doing?
My friends from Japan had a schedule that they had to adhere to.
So it's 2 days later.
And not soon because we missed every one, but we missed a portion, actually a small portion.
Yeah, very small. All right, and you're kind of angry because you feel like he didn't come out, and according to, I guess your brother was in the car? Your brother's not here though, right?
My brother and my mother.
Right, your brother's not here to testify.
He's mentally handicapped. He wouldn't be able to testify.
Your mother passed away since then?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. But you are angry because you feel like he wasn't polite during the accident? Where did you get that from, your mom?
That's what my mother told me. Said that they didn't really, I mean, she's 85 years old, and you think a little more deference would be
What did you do after you hit the car?
So does the plaintiff get the cost of the rental car in Las Vegas?
No,
Why?
because the accident didn't happen there and he's going on vacation, so.
Well, yeah, but he was going to use the car to go on vacation, couldn't go on vacation, so had to fly, and when he flies, he doesn't have a car. Doesn't that make any sense?
No, it doesn't.
I thought I made a really good case to you.
I mean, I just think that that he should have enough money to buy the rental car. I'm just.
Oh, you guys are cold. Going inside the courtroom.
Ma'am, after I hit the vehicle, I got out of the vehicle. I put my strobe lights on because I do repairs for people who break down. So I got out my vehicle. I asked her if she was okay. She sat there and she seemed stunned. So I asked her if she could pull off onto Pearl Street, which was the corner that we were sitting on. And I proceeded to follow her. And when I proceeded to follow her, I proceeded to call the police.
Okay. And then the police came, took a report?
Yes.
Did you get a ticket?
No, ma'am, I did not. I have the police report here.
Or you got lucky because you should have gotten a ticket.
Yes, ma'am, I should have.
All right. What's your answer to this lawsuit? What say you to all the claims he's making?
Personally, ma'am, I don't feel that I owe him for his loss of trip. I don't feel that, I wasn't negligent. I wasn't intentionally trying to hurt anyone or trying to sit there and ruin anyone's plans. I was just on my way home from cashing my check, and I had an accident. I made a mistake.
Yeah, here's the thing. There's two problems with your lawsuit. One of them is that you've accepted it's kind of a settlement when you go ahead and accept the money from the insurance company, which his insurance company paid to your insurance company. Your insurance company you subrogated to. If you look at the payments to you from your insurance company, it uses a word, it actually uses the code SUBR. That means you've given them the right to sue for you. They came after his insurance company who paid the claim. Now you have a lawsuit based on other monies that you say, should have been paid to you then. So one problem is, hasn't this already been settled? But let's just let's table that and let's look at the items that you're suing for. One of them has to do with the car itself, which the whole idea behind that settlement is that we've handled the car. And then as to the hotel rooms, which you have no evidence of, I think that's obvious. All this other stuff, let me explain to you what court is about. Court is about making you whole for any damages that are reasonably foreseeable under the circumstances. If you hit the car in front of you, you should foresee that you're going to have to pay to repair the car in front of you. And you might have to foresee that you might have to pay for rental while that car is being repaired. But why would you foresee that the guy's going to Vegas tomorrow with his Japanese friends who are coming in from it, and that he has hotel, and that's gonna, you could mitigate your damages by just renting another car. Those will be the 2 weeks that your car is getting fixed. So that same rental car solves your, but this whole convoluted, well, now you got to pay my hotel. Now you got to pay because I lost a portion of my trip. Now you got to pay all these other, that I'm not buying it. I'm going to order him to pay for the rental car from the time that you rented a car in order for the car to be repaired, from 9/6 to 9/17, the $436.94. As for the other damages, I just don't think that they're reasonably foreseeable under the circumstances, and he doesn't have to pay them. And as for the damage to the car, that's already been paid. Good luck, folks.
Thank you, ma'am.
The plaintiff sued for over $2,700 and came away with $400 and some for the rental car. What's your reaction to the outcome?
What a joke.
How come?
Well, I have legitimate claims, and I had receipts for 90% of what I had, and the judge just overlooked anything, I think.
I know, but she said he wasn't responsible for all those plans that you had made, and you're saying that he should be.
Well, he's not responsible for the plans, but he's responsible for the transportation that was unavailable to me. Even a blind man could see that it was obvious. I don't know what the judge must have had blinders on today or something.
Okay. All right, head around the corner there, and let's see what the defendant has to say about this unfortunate circumstance. You put yourself in his shoes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Were you disrespectful to his mom, or could you have been more respectful to her at the scene?
I don't think I could have been any more respectful. I mean, I asked her if she needed anything. I tried to be as helpful as I possibly could. I've seen many accidents. I wouldn't want my own mother to sit there and be in an accident and someone be rude to her.
All right, Harvey.
Okay, we get this so much. When you say that your property was damaged, judge is not just going to take your word for it, because people lie in court all the time. You have to bring in hard evidence showing the damage, showing the cost of repairing it, or else you're going to pound sand.